This week on Westford CAT News, we explore how people have come together to help with a tragedy. We show you how the Garden Club has beautified Town Hall, and we pay a visit to the community gardens on Graniteville Road.
We start here with some butternut squash, and I love these butternuts partly because they're growing so beautifully, but also because the first day I was down here this spring gardening, I met my new garden neighbor, Francis, and as we chatted and he met my daughter, before he left, he came over and said, "Here, take these butternut squash."
I'm Tracy Tebro, a Westford CAT board member. Before we get started, I'd like to remind you to sign up for our email alerts to get our latest Westford News articles. Just visit westfordcatnews.org and click on the red subscribe button in the upper right corner. And now for our feature of the week. Kevin Lacoste, the principal of the John Robinson School, was seriously injured in July. The educator and father of two suffered a serious spinal cord injury when he fell out of a tree in his yard. In addition to a GoFundMe campaign that has raised over $150,000 to date, children and adults across town have been doing what they can to contribute. Here's close family friend Megan Kane with Lacoste's nephews, Aiden and Connor, telling news director Joyce Polino-Crane about some of the efforts underway.
I could talk about so many different people who have come to help the family. It's amazing. The Tiny's fundraiser.
Which took place, today's August 13th?
Yes.
And that took place last night, August 12th.
And from what we're hearing from Nancy Cook, who was the coordinator of that, is that they raised $10,000.
It's phenomenal.
Which is amazing.
Yeah. Tell us what you guys did, because that's why you're here today.
So me and Connor thought of the idea of doing a lemonade stand to raise money for our uncle, to help him with the medical bills and all that stuff.
Well, that was very nice. How did it go?
It went really good.
Yeah? What happened, Connor?
Just tons of people came down. The Chelmsford police and the fireman came down.
They all came down?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how much did you raise, Aiden?
We raised $5,026.30.
I'm going to fall off my chair. That is a lot of money for selling lemonade.
Yeah.
And baked goods too, right?
Yeah, and baked goods.
And baked goods. And that's because everybody just came together to help, do you think?
Yeah.
And you are the ones that made that happen.
Yeah. What I thought was amazing is that before we even started, we raised $300.
Really?
From donations.
In donations, did people just call you up or come by? Or
people just came by and they just kept donating money.
And that was in Chelmsford, right?
Yeah, this is in Chelmsford.
Amazing.
Yeah. And earlier in the week in Chelmsford, some folks put on a big yard sale, and that raised a lot of money too, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That raised $760.
Awesome.
Wow, you're good with numbers.
They are. They're very bright boys.
Find a list of fundraisers that have already taken place and a list of others that are coming up at westfordcatnews.org. Kane said the money raised will go toward medical bills. Here's Westford CAT News Director Joyce Polino-Crane with highlights from the school committee meeting and finance committee, both held on August 13th.
Thanks, Tracy. After taking a summer break in July, the school committee resumed meetings on August 13th. Superintendent Bill Olson opened the meeting paying tribute to the severely injured Robinson School principal, Kevin Lacoste.
Our thoughts and our prayers are with Kevin Lacoste and his family, having suffered a very, very serious injury, and we'll stay by Kevin's side every minute of every day as we go forward. And that's the same for, quite honestly, any of our staff who are experiencing very difficult medical issues with a loved one. But as you know, Kevin is just a superb administrator, and the community effort has been absolutely extraordinary in terms of fundraising. We'll continue to participate in as many things as possible. We'll stay in touch with Kevin through his wife. We don't want him to worry about anything having to do with the school system, and we will, in fact, dedicate this school year to his well-being and the well-being of everyone who is having medical difficulties. I want to say, unfortunately also, just learned this afternoon that one of the real foundations of our school system has passed away. Jeff Haight, longtime high school science teacher and coach, passed away after a long illness today. And he and his wife, Jean, did as much for students in this school system and as much for colleagues as anyone I've ever seen. And so we hope that he rests in peace, and our thoughts and prayers are with Jean also.
Olson also noted that the Westford School District was named the best in the state by niche.com, a research outfit based in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Here's Olson.
Want to very proudly state that, as you know, niche.com ranks school systems and municipalities around the country. They have just recently ranked us as the best school system in Massachusetts, and we're very appreciative of that. We know that other rating systems may, in fact, rate us differently, but Niche is a research firm down in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and has a certain degree of credibility behind it, and so we're very grateful. I want to thank our students and our staff, all of you, the Selectmen, Finance Committee, the town administration, and the residents of the town, because it doesn't happen by accident. It happens in a wonderful community that is very supportive of education and values high-quality education.
To watch the entire school committee meeting, visit WestfordCAT.org. The Finance Committee met on August 13th to discuss the 5 options under consideration for funding an Environmental Protection Agency requirement that all communities improve their stormwater drainage systems. Westford officials estimate it will cost the town about $1 million outside of the fiscal 2020 municipal budget to upgrade the catch basins and culverts. Selectmen are leaning toward establishing a stormwater utility fee based on the amount of impervious surface covering a property. Here's Selectman Chairman Elizabeth Almeida explaining why, followed by Finance Committee member Dennis Galvin responding to her.
So I think there's some uncertainty that comes with this with the stormwater, with funding it, and the fee gives the selectmen the ability to make that decision on behalf of the town to fund it at the right level, without guessing at the first year, second year, and then continuing to go back and forth with that level.
So, with all due respect, and I mean this with all due respect, the explanation you just gave is the reason why I don't want a fee. That's exactly the reason. Okay.
To watch the entire Finance Committee meeting, visit WestfordCAT.org. Back to you, Tracy.
A small plaque has been installed in front of Town Hall to honor the Westford Garden Club for its gifts of trees, shrubs, and flowers in 2018. The club members hired a landscape designer through Weston Nurseries of Chelmsford and paid for the plantings. The designer then sat down with town manager Jody Ross and mapped out a landscaping plan. Workers from the town's highway department dug out old shrubs and planted the new plants and trees. For more information about the Westford Garden Club, visit westford.org/garden club. From barren flat land to a symphony of vegetables and herbs, more than 150 Westford gardeners have transformed 1.7 acres on Graniteville Road into lush gardens with lots of produce.
So I'm here at plot D2, and it happens to be the one that I've been gardening with my friend Ray Mascola. Hi, Ray.
Hey, how you doing? It's hot, but one of the things I wanted to show you, we haven't done well in a lot of things, but we've done well as far as tomato plants and tomatoes. So these are fresh. We've gotten tomatoes and squash and a couple other things, and Joy and I have had fun with it.
We've had such great dinners. It's been so much fun. We're new to gardening, or relatively new. I've done it twice before, and I think, Ray, you've done it before. And you know, every garden to me represents the creativity and imagination of the person who built that garden. And so this is ours. We have a lot of summer squash, and we got one zucchini, and I see another one.
Yellow beans, pea pods, but we're really fighting insects that are we've been good customers at Maxwell's, trying all sorts of things to kill off the insects. But it's fun.
This year I tried something new and added raised beds to my perennial plot down at the community garden, and also added trellises down the middle. So step on in. You can see first we start here with some butternut squash, and I love these butternuts partly because they're growing so beautifully, but also because the first day I was down here this spring gardening, I met my new garden neighbor, Francis, and as we chatted and he met my daughter, before he left, he came over and said, "Here, take these butternut squash." And it was not something I had grown before, believe it or not, at least not down here in the garden recently. And so I thought, what the heck, I'll put them in right at the garden entrance, and they have grown beautifully over this trellis.
They're gorgeous.
And then our second trellis, I have some cucumbers growing. They were a little slower to take off this year, but they are now, yeah, we got some beautiful ones down there. So they're finally starting to come in now in August. We got another one sticking out over there. And then we'll just move down through the trellises, and then we'll come back around on one side. And then in this one I have beans. We have pole beans here, so they are filling in beautifully, and the beans are just starting to flower, and hopefully we'll be eating beans in another week or two. And then on the side of the trellis I have these little plants. These are sweet peas, flowering sweet peas, and I use these in my cut flower arrangements in the summer, and we just keep them growing up the sides until we harvest those. And then here I have a volunteer tomatillo plant, and every time I come to the garden, this plant is loaded with bees. There are hundreds of little yellow flowers, and there are all types of both honeybees and native pollinators all over this plant every day. So down here at the community garden, we really celebrate the community part of the community garden, and this year we created a new kids section, and it's a lovely patch where we have added a fence so the kids are in one area and they know that they can play, they can dig. They have helped plant cherry tomatoes. They have some beautiful sunflowers growing. And what's really nice is on any given evening, if you come down here with your children, the children tend to congregate in this area, and pretty soon you'll hear laughter and squeals and a lot of delighting in everything they're finding. They'll find worms, they'll make little mud pies, and they're having a good time making new friends. Meanwhile, the parents are able to do their gardening work.
The energy inside this 1.7 acre plot of land is just magnificent. It's for kids, it's for adults, it's for everyone. So hope some of the residents will come down and take a look, and maybe next year take a garden. For Westford CAT News, this is Joyce Polino Crane. I will see you around town.
Community Gardens began in May 2015 with 1 acre of land and has expanded to almost 2 acres. Gardeners who applied for a plot could choose between a 15-foot by 15-foot parcel or a 15 by 30-foot parcel. The program is overseen by the town's Agricultural Commission.
So I'm Jody Ross, the town manager, and every year we hold an employee cookout in our fire station for our employees. We recognize them, we welcome our new employees. We have about 20 that have started this year, and we do some grilling. We usually have a water employee or a highway employee man the grills. The employees also bring salads and side dishes, and it just gives us a time to have some fun together and some camaraderie, and also eat some good burgers and dogs. And I'm going to introduce you to a few of the people that work for us. So here I have Rebecca Cheney, and Rebecca started a little while ago. So Rebecca, just tell us a little bit when you started and what your job is here.
I'm currently the town planner, but I started as the assistant planner in February of 2018. And I just was promoted in January of this year to town planner.
Awesome. So Rebecca, tell us, what do you like best about working for the town?
I love my coworkers. I have fun every day. I learn something from them every day, and there's just a lot of exciting stuff going on in Westford. There's something new every day.
That's awesome. Thank you, Rebecca.
You're welcome.
So now I'd like to introduce you to our finance director, Dan O'Donnell, who actually has kind of an interesting history here at the town. So Dan, tell us, when did you start with the town?
Well, I was about 16 years old, as you can probably tell, is a long time ago, in the recreation department. And I've worked for about 7 or 8 different departments on my way up to being in the finance department and eventually as finance director. So I've been here a long time.
Dan told me the other day it seems like the employees are getting younger every day here. So Dan, tell me, what do you like best about your job?
Besides being on TV?
Yes.
It's really working with the community and all the people in it, and working with the staff is also great. And I grew up here, so I know a lot of people in town, so it's always great to be able to help them out and answer any questions they may have.
So there's a lot going on in town. We are continuing to discuss stormwater management. There's a lot online if you want to go to our website, westfordma.gov/stormwater. The selectmen are getting ready to make a decision, fee versus taxation, which will be at their August 27th meeting. Also, on August 20th, we are having a tree hearing. National Grid has proposed to take down about 400 trees to improve their transmission lines and to cut down on power outages during storms particularly. So that will be on August 20th at 7:15 in the Selectmen's meeting room. We encourage you to come if you have concerns. There is material online on where these trees are located. Also, we have a special town meeting scheduled for October 28th. The warrant will be closing September 10th at noon, and we've got a lot of exciting articles that will come forward to you. So thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the summer.
Nesquik, an 8-year-old male stray cat, is available for adoption at the Lowell Humane Society. Here's Westford CAT production coordinator Patty Stalker with more.
Fall in love instantly with Nesquik, an 8-year-old male stray brought into the Lowell Humane Society back in April. Here's the shelter's volunteer coordinator, Marie Belarjon, with details.
This is Nesquik. Nesquik is an approximately 8-year-old guy that came to us after being found as a stray. A Good Samaritan found him, and he didn't appear to be very healthy at the time, so she brought him to us. We've had him here at the shelter for quite a while at this point, making sure that he had recovered from whatever was going on when he first came into us. He was kind of on the skinny side. And over the time that he's been with us, we've gotten to know him quite well. He has what we call catitude. So he's very, very sweet when he wants to be. And sometimes he can be a little bit of a rough player and kind of on the fresh side too. Nesquik would do best in a home with cat-savvy teens and adults, and definitely no other cats, as he gets pretty upset when he sees other cats. Could potentially live with a very cat-savvy dog, but more than likely Nesquik would prefer to be the main man in his home and the only pet. Nesquik really, really likes food quite a bit, and he is the kind of mischief maker that if you leave something out, he might help himself. He also really likes to play. Nesquik is living in an office space because he has been here for a while. Also, he is the kind of fellow that just does better with a little bit more room. I can tell you that he is an excellent office companion, except he does like to help you redecorate. He is a bit of a staff favorite right now, too. He's a great cat.
If you think you'd like to provide Nesquik with his forever home, or would like more information on donating to or volunteering at the Lowell Humane Society, visit them Tuesday through Sunday at 951 Broadway Street in Lowell, or go to lowellhumanesociety.org. Call 978-452-7781. You can also find them on Facebook. For Westford CAT, I'm Patty Stalker.
This summer brought sunshine and warm temperatures almost every weekend. Let's see if the trend will continue for this weekend.
I'm Unnati Bhatt, a Westford CAT volunteer. Here's what's happening around town over the next few days. A concert at the Sandpass Pavilion in Lowell on August 19th will benefit the Hidden Battles Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit organization that strives to preserve the healthy minds of veterans, firefighters, police officers, and first responders, according to its website. The foundation was created by Scott Hyder, a retired Westford police officer and United States Army veteran. The evening will include classic cars on display and raffles. The free program begins at 7 p.m. Instant Pots may be the latest kitchen craze, but learning how to use one takes a bit of education. On Thursday, August 22nd at 6:30 p.m., the J.B. Fletcher Library will host a presentation by Chef Liz Barber, who will take the mystery out of this time-saving kitchen tool. She'll demonstrate 2 recipes that you can try at home, and she'll offer samples for everyone to enjoy. Registration is free. The program is for ages 14 and up. Space is limited, so call 978-399-2304 to reserve your seat. Grammy winners Peter Yarrow and Noel Paul Stuckey will perform at Boarding House Park in Lowell on August 23rd at 7:30 p.m. The iconic duo was part of the folk rock group Peter, Paul, and Mary, famous for the songs If I Had a Hammer and Leaving on a Jet Plane. Tickets are $54 in advance and $60 on the day of this performance. This is part of the Lowell Summer Music Series. For more information, visit lowellsummermusic.org. Back to you.
That's it for now, Westford. We leave you with highlights of the students who attended Westford CAT's media camp this week.